You could we could start fresh and be like, greetings. Like, just do your
Good
thing.
evening, everyone. Welcome to the Movie Magic Show for Wednesday, the 24th of February, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Shane Bailey, joined by my wickedly talented cast. Below me, the DOS tones in your headphones, here to engineer a sincere atmosphere, it's Terry Fear.
Good evening, lads. Good evening, all. Welcome, welcome.
To my right, the movie falating, TV show hating, vinyl collating, Mr. Movies Ben Stapleton.
It's always good every 5 minutes to hear that you hate TV shows.
And below him, he loves his VR and shaking his hips like Shakira. Welcome to the era of Jason Mira.
Nice.
What's going on?
And what I say, speaking of Shakira, whenever, wherever you happen to be watching the Movie Magic Show, we're so glad you decided to tune in here on twitch.tv/magic_cast. Every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, we chuckleheads get together to love, like, bash, and trash the latest the entertainment world has to offer. Follow us on Twitter at Movie Magic Show. Hit that bell icon so you're notified when we go live. So you can join us for some fantastic topics. Speaking of fantastic topics, this week we are having the great MCU debate. We are going to pit the best MCU movies over the past 12 years, 13 years at this point.
Yeah.
And scientifically decide what is the greatest MCU movie. We'll get to that in just a moment. We have a couple of games to play. First and foremost, it's 6 Degrees. I'm going to read the spiel here so you all know how to play along. Say hello in chat. We'd love to hear from you. 6 Degrees is a mind-bending match game in which you need to try and connect two actors via movies they starred alongside common actors in. As an example, if I was trying to connect Samuel L. Jackson with Nicole Kidman, one solution would be SLJ starred in The Phantom Menace with Ewan McGregor, who starred in Moulin Rouge with Nicole Kidman. That's 2 Degrees. This week, two actors you need to connect are Michael Keaton to Tobey Maguire. Speaking of superheroes.
Okay.
I chose those two.
Okay.
So if you can try and connect those two actors, let us know in chat. We also have some movie quotes for you to try and guess by the end of the show. So I'm going to throw to the VR-loving, Shakira, hip-shaking Jason Mira for his quote.
So, I'm going to try and do it without the voices and blah, blah, blah. Indeed, that's what we provide in our I'll start again. Indeed, that's what we provide in our most modest, humble, insignificant... Oh, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you know, Terry?
No.
No, me either.
It's familiar, but I don't. It's not. It does not spark joy.
I have other quotes ready to go.
Okay, good. We'll revisit those at the end of the show. But if you know the answer, let us know in chat. And the second quote you need to try and guess. Popularity is the slutty little cousin of prestige.
Ooh, what is that? I never get your quotes, Shane.
Popularity is the slutty little cousin of prestige.
I feel like it should be like Mean Girls or something, but something tells me it's not.
Definitely not Mean Girls, can confirm. Anyway, we'll revisit those at the end of the show. They're going to scroll by in the ticker at the bottom of the screen to remind you. And now let's get to the topic of the show this week. A few of us have been watching, not me included, I need to catch up, WandaVision on Disney+. So I thought in anticipation of reviewing that next week, that's right, join us next week for our review of WandaVision, we will just have a fun little debate on what we think is the greatest MCU film ever made. So the way I've done this is because, just for the sake of an easy bracket, I decided to take the top 16 MCU films based on Metascore. So this is the Metacritic score that's displayed on IMDb. I've taken the top 16, and then the bottom 7 don't even get a shot at making taking a run at the title.
Can you tell us what the bottom 7?
I want you guys to guess what the bottom 7 is. Just keep in mind that I know a lot of people don't include this one, but the Incredible Hulk is one of those 7. So you need to guess 6. So if you can guess the bottom 6 rated films according to critics.
Okay.
That was going to be my first
MCU.
one because it's the first movie in the MCU. So I would have expected it to be, because it wasn't super well received. It would be Thor: Into a Dark World.
Correct. That's one.
Dark World, yep.
Iron Man 3, for
Correct.
Nice. Iron Man
Captain
3.
Marvel.
Sorry.
Captain Marvel.
Correct.
No.
Captain Marvel.
What?
Really? The Metacritic? Oh, hang on, what's Metacritic? Is Metacritic critics?
Yeah, critics.
Interesting. I thought it was critically well received.
Me too.
Interesting.
Okay, so you've said Captain Marvel, Thor: The Dark World, and Iron Man 3.
Age of Ultron.
No.
Interesting.
Captain America: First Avenger.
No.
What?
No.
Interesting because those are on the cusp. They are seed 15 and 16 in the bracket.
Yeah, I knew that'd be low.
What she said.
I'd say maybe
That doesn't even
Thor.
make sense, Jason.
What about the first Thor, Shane?
Yes.
Oh,
Ragnarok
I
is the
like
only Thor
first
movie to make the cut.
Interesting.
One more.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No, that is seed 14. So you're hitting at the bottom there. You got two more. Come
Okay.
on. Come on. There's one obvious one, I think.
Is there? Black Panther was good. I don't think it's Black Panther. Although the last act is atrocious. But
Yeah.
what else?
I'll put you out in misery. It's Iron Man 2
Oh, really?
and the first Ant-Man.
Oh, first Ant-Man.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Right.
So
yeah.
Thor: The Dark World is the low according on Metascore. Thor: The Dark World, the lowest rated MCU movie at 54.
Yeah.
Then you jump up to Thor, the original, 57. Same with Iron Man 2, 57. The Incredible Hulk, 61. Iron Man 3, 62. Captain Marvel and Ant-Man both on 64. And then seed 16, just making the cut, is Captain America: The First Avenger at 66.
Huh. I can't believe that Iron Man 3 beat Iron Man 2, even by a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Iron Man 2.
So yeah,
to me, better.
if you're looking at the stream,
Black.
there they are. They didn't even get a crack at it, so we'll just pay
Yeah.
our respects to the bottom 7 MCU movies according to
Tip our hats.
Tip our hat. Thank you for setting up other fantastic films, right? They played their part. Let's say.
Yeah.
Let's
F's
say.
in chat, guys. F's in chat.
All right. Chat. All right, guys. I want you to take a stab at the highest rated MCU movie according to Metascore.
It'd be
Endgame or Infinity War? There.
Infinity win. You know what? It's the first Avengers, I bet. I bet it's the first Avengers.
Terry?
Metacritic. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ben and say the first Avengers film.
Black Panther
Piss
by
off.
a country mile
Yes, that's
on
right.
88.
I was just looking at the Rotten Tomatoes scores.
There it is
and
on the
that's
stream. You can
number
see
one.
them displayed.
Yikes. Oh, Avengers is 11? Jesus.
I know. I was shocked by that. The first Avengers
What's wrong with this?
69.
Doctor Strange is a shit movie. What is it doing above Avengers?
So
What's
look
it
at
doing
I
above
am shocked.
any
Look at
of
this. Look
them?
at Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
10.
Yeah.
10.
That's an
Ant-Man
affront.
2, Doc Strange,
Ant-Man
and
2 is
Spider-Man
above.
all above it.
Ooh.
Crazy talk.
Where is this from? Where is this from? Metacritic.
This is Metacritic score. Yeah.
Oh,
No. For some reason, critics got the bad ones all right, but they got the good ones wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They got the
so
best one
chat, what I've done is I've taken these 16 top MCU films according to Metacritic score and thrown them into a single elimination head-to-head bracket, and we're going to go pair by pair and decide which is the better film. We'll then narrow it down to 8, 4, 2, and then 1, and then we have our favorite MCU movie of all time. So the way it works here is seed 1 will go up against seed 16, 2 against 15, 3 against 14, so on and so on. And then we'll slowly get down to number 1. Are we ready, gentlemen? Here is the bracket. If you want to take a look,
let's do it.
we've got a couple of really interesting first rounds. Should be fun.
Ready to go.
Are we ready? First up,
Yes.
Black Panther versus Captain America: The First
America.
Avenger.
I think the Black Panther movie hit an American audience harder than it hit everywhere else.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's my.
Very culturally significant. I get it.
I don't have a great love for the first Captain America: First Avenger, and I think what's good about Black Panther is better than what's good about the first Avenger, if that makes sense. I think it's
Yeah, I know what you mean.
higher than Captain America: The First Avenger's highs. And
My
I think
opinion-
specifically the villain is really, really strong compared to First Avenger.
My
Yeah.
the Black Panther was that it's not as good as it's not as good of a James Bond movie as it's trying to be. So immediately I'm just like, oh man, I'm just watching like a second-rate James Bond film. But I don't know. And I also disagree with you about the villain thing.
You don't like Killmonger?
No, not really.
Okay.
No.
Was very cool, but you think he's got Red Skull, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you've.
Red Skull's great.
For me, a part of this process, there's two things that I want to make these films go against each other, and it's the service that they play for the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. Like, I think that Captain America: The First Avenger, it covers way more ground, character development wise and world development wise for the MCU than the Black Panther does. The Black Panther was, to me, it seemed like a really rushed kind of, we need to do a Black Panther movie because reasons. And I think that kind of shows in that last act where they completely did the reshoot or whatever it was. It doesn't do a huge, at least for me, it doesn't do a huge amount.
The first Avenger ties you in with Bucky vibes. You've got Samuel Jackson coming in at the end there, so he ties into the whole piece. You've got Howard Stark vibes, kind of that ripples.
But you've also
Iron Man 2 and
you've also got the first instance of Captain America's moral fiber, his moral goodness, and the character that he plays. He's got like the I can do this all day is the first line. The first time you hear it is in that, when he's getting the snot beat out of him in the alleyway, and that's his ongoing catch call throughout the thing. He refuses to give up, refuses to take no for an answer when it comes to serving his country. He literally throws himself onto what he thinks is a live grenade.
That scene ruined my YouTube algorithm. I've been watching scenes from movies I love, like not Marvel movies, just other movies that I love.
Yeah.
And then that one came up, and I was like, you know what? I haven't seen that in a while.
That's a good scene.
I saw. And now it's just like MCU.
Exactly what happened. I just dipped my toe in the lake of MCU, and now I'm drowning. It totally dragged me in. One video, and now it's every scene video it recommends me is MCU all over the place.
Gentlemen, is Seed 16 about to topple First Seed? Terry, how are you voting?
I personally think Captain America's it's maybe not as visually stunning. I think that Infinity War is a better Black Panther movie. I think Civil War is a better Black Panther movie than the Black Panther movie, personally. I'm going to say Captain America.
Jason.
Captain America.
Ben.
Cap.
Whoa. I'm voting Black Panther, but I am outvoted. So
you
we'll go back.
Outvoted,
look at that. Seed 16. Boom.
Yeah. What an upset. What an upset.
You're doing this in Paint or something.
It's in PowerPoint.
Oh, all right.
Paint.
Nice.
That's funny.
I would have been doing it in Paint.
In bitmap.
Next pair. Doctor Strange versus Ant-Man and the Wasp. Seed... What seed is this? Seed 8 verse 9. Seed 8
I have
versus
seen
9.
Ant-Man and Wasp. I've seen
Ant-Man and Wasp a few times.
I've seen it once. Can't say I cared for it. I am voting Doctor Strange for Rachel McAdams.
That's funny.
I'm not going to vote for Rachel McAdams, but I think I'll vote for Doctor Strange as well, because the Ant-Man and the Wasp was so forgettable.
I don't know. It covers a lot of ground for some of the stuff that they rely on in the later, like in Infinity Wars and stuff like that. Like everyone thinks that Scott was gone in the snap, but he wasn't. He was in the quantum realm when everybody else was lost in the snap.
Don't we see explicitly at the end of Infinity War during the snap that he's like doing an experiment in the tiny universe? All right, guys, I'm ready to come out. And
that's like, at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp.
That's at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Others get snapped away, and he's stuck inside.
The finish.
Ant-Man and Wasp came right after. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, can I just say, Tilda Swinton as the Ancient One, awesome.
She does a great job.
She's so
I think this isn't something that Ben. I'm going to agree. I think Doctor Strange is the better of the two. Ant-Man and Wasp, like the first Ant-Man, I find incredibly funny. The laughs per minute are really, really good. It's really fun jokes.
Paul
Not
Rudd
everybody.
is a funnier person than
Sorry?
Benedict. Paul Rudd is a funnier actor
yeah.
than Benedict Cumberbatch is. So
For
they gave him more jokes, I'm sure.
And
Yeah,
chat,
definitely.
don't forget to if you're sitting there watching, you might be the guys helping us with the tiebreak. So let us know in the
Yes,
chat what
we
you
need
guys think.
help on tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm voting Doc.
Yeah, me too. I haven't said much about that movie. I've said more about the Ant-Man and Wasp, but I prefer the whole how he beats the big bad at the end is fun to me.
Right.
I remember my sentiment about Doc Strange was the same thing that Thor says when he meets Doctor Strange in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, okay, so we're doing wizards now," or something like that. Something like that. That was my reaction to the movie. I was like, "What are we doing, guys? We're doing full magic now. All right,
That's
turning
funny.
Dungeons and Dragons over here."
Ben?
Oh, I definitely picked Doc Strange. Yeah.
Jason?
I feel like I want to choose Ant-Man and Wasp because I had more fun watching that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's
It-
fair.
It does. Doc Strange has that, that little piece at the end credits where Chiwetel Ejiofor's.
Yeah, he's
out
like
there.
going to reclaim magic from people.
Yeah, he like does this like I'm the new villain. Oh, you know what? There hasn't been a Doc Strange #2 yet.
No,
So maybe
there's not.
The multiverse one is the what's it called? Multiverse Madness and Multiverse or something like that's the next Doc Strange film.
Do you think that Chiwetel Ejiofor is going to come back, or they're just going to cut it off?
Surely,
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't
if
think
not
that they
then,
would-
then he'll come back somehow. I mean,
Yeah.
I assume they still have a plan for his character.
I hope
Yeah.
so. He was really good.
Yeah.
There you go. That's our first quarterfinals decided. We'll come back to that. We'll move down now. Seed 6 versus Seed 11. It's Thor Ragnarok versus.
You can't do
the
this to me.
Avengers.
Yeah, this is hard.
You can go suck the fattest of ones.
Thor Ragnarok
No.
was funny. It was like I was hurt by laughing too much. I was just like, at the 2/3 mark, I was just like, I'm done. I'm ready to go home. But they just kept trying to make me laugh. And Avengers is like, oh my god, like it's the thing that started.
I know,
all of this
right? I mean, I remember coming out of Avengers thinking, how did they do that? How did they manage this? It's such an achievement. The fact that
They
they've
hit
taken
so many notes.
these widely disparate characters and put them together. And obviously, it's been done before in comic book form and whatnot, but in cinematic form, you bring them all together. Such strong, different personalities, and they clash heads so beautifully.
And how did Joss Whedon resist not making women the lead of an action movie for once?
I don't get the joke.
Abby Smolder's in there.
Yeah, she is.
No.
But I mean, that's what Joss Whedon does. He's like,
Oh right,
Buffy.
yes, that's right. Yes,
He
it's
did
Buffy.
Serenity and Firefly and all that
That's
kind of
right.
stuff.
Buffy.
That's
That's right. All over the place. Yeah, I said Buffy first, Jason. Remember?
Yeah, he did say
Sorry,
that.
what?
You lost me at Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
I will say though, like Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, to your point, Ben. Just Taika Waititi, just absolutely nailing it. And I thought the Kate Blanchett as Hela. The villain was strong. I love that they explored Asgard's very dark past and the way they do that by revealing the facade that's been hidden up by Odin and because I'm not a Marvel nerd. I don't know the history, so that was like oh wow, I never even thought to think about how Asgard became a thing, and it's like essentially like blood riches essentially.
Let me knock it down a tiny peg for you, Shane. You remember the opening scene where Thor's dangling, captured by that humongous fiery Ragnarok thing? And he keeps making that gag where he's like, well, hang on a sec, I swear I'm not doing this, as he's like rotating away. The CG in that is horrible. When you like get a close up of the chains and stuff, they like complete they're drawn on really poorly, poorly drawn on.
I don't remember that. I don't remember noticing that. Although my
that
favorite
was
joke
one-
from that whole scene is just like, oh, that's a crown. I thought that was your oversized eyebrow. It's like, it's a crown.
Yeah. And then he calls it a tiara. What I'm gonna do is knock that tiara off your head. Yeah.
I do love the the scene that happens just after that, where he goes back to Asgard, and there's the play that's going on.
Oh, the play.
Matt Damon makes a cameo.
Loki or whatever. Yeah, Matt Damon's playing Loki.
Is it Sam Neill as Odin?
Sam Neill as well.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I just love how the second Thor steps into that scene and
Oh fuck!
like Loki realizes, oh fuck. You know, Anthony Hopkins had so much fun with that line. He's like, oh fuck, oh shit.
I don't know if he said the F-bomb. Did he drop
He
the
didn't say
F-bomb?
fuck. I think it was oh shit. He was like, oh shit.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
He's got like a glass of wine. My son has returned. Amazing. I need to vote,
Yeah.
gentlemen. I'm not
I
going
know.
first.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not
Okay,
ready.
so I think of it this way. This is Thor Ragnarok is a really, really great movie. We all love Thor Ragnarok, but this is Avengers.
yeah, it's Avengers. It's definitely Avengers.
Yeah, it's
It's like
you've got it. Like for me, I'm contrasting this not just with the other Marvel films. They did so much work leading up to the Avengers, and they've done so much work since it's like a nexus point for all of the awesomeness that follows. Yeah, there's been some duds afterwards as well, but there were some duds before it. I just can't help but think of freaking Dawn of Justice, the Batman vs Superman hot garbage, where they tried to make you feel like, oh, here's a collection of these people, and now they're going to fight this big bad thing. It wasn't earned. They didn't lay the groundwork where Avengers did.
100%.
I can't.
But I know where
You
I'm
can't
at
make
my
me
vote.
make this decision.
There was a scene in Avengers where Hulk punches Thor, and
Everybody in the cinema.
everyone in the cinema laughed so loud it frightened me. I was literally startled by the noise, and I'd been in a movie theater 500 times,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
never happened. And then the standing ovation and cheering and applause that happened as soon as the credits dropped. Never seen it before or since.
Yeah.
Do you believe
Yeah.
like we lived this? Like I don't know, like
That's-
our parents would have lived like Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
us. This is
Lord of the Rings.
MCU.
Lord of the Rings as well.
Lord of the Rings.
I remember noting this after Infinity War Endgame. I feel incredibly privileged to have lived the MCU at the age that we've lived it.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings and the Matrix and all that kind of stuff. That had like kids blown away, and adults were like, "That was kind of fun." But Avengers, my dad exploded laughing a number of times in Avengers, and when it finished, he was just like, "What?" You know, he was like a kid again. Like when I was watching it with him, he was the one I was with when I was at the cinema, and people were laughing so loud
Yeah.
that I literally was like, "Oh."
I remember sitting next to Will when he leaped out of his chair and punched the air when Cap picks up Mjolnir.
Yes.
He was so.
Yes. I remember
everyone applauding when
my hair is standing on my
when Thor lands in Wakanda after getting Stormbreaker. Like it's
Yes,
Anyway,
that's
we'll get
a
to
great
those.
moment.
Ben,
Okay.
how would Steve vote in this instance? Do you
Oh,
think?
he would vote Avengers. I don't think he's even seen Thor Ragnarok, to be honest. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, he might have.
I saw it with him.
All right, Jason, you're voting Avengers. Is that right?
I'm the Avengers.
Ben?
Avengers, definitely. Get rid of that Thor Ragnarok rubbish.
I mean, it's
not.
I think it's way closer for me than it is for those two because
Me too. They're both phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
Taika Waititi took the source material of Planet Hulk and managed to bring it to life in such a vibrant and fun way without making it like.
The jokes are funnier.
for me, it's just like Avengers is fantastic, but like I don't even think about Avengers 1 anymore because Endgame and Infinity War exists. So my
for
love
me,
for it is still there.
The whole third act of the Avengers is an action
No,
scene.
for me,
I
it's
can watch the Avengers every now and then.
Thor Ragnarok. For me, it's been my top 2 Marvel movie for so long. I've got to say Thor Ragnarok.
I just like you guys are talking about Avengers and how awesome it is, but like when just trying to think about Thor, all I can think about is how funny it is. Like it got me. It's
not just funny.
Piss
like,
off Ghost and just
not
like
piss off. He's gone.
The whole dynamic between Thor and Bruce Banner as well, and Hulk, and I love that. Like for me, like Bruce Banner Hulk wasn't really a lovable character until Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Thor's growth in this film is also huge. Like the stuff that he's going through, the emotional turmoil that he's going through.
I think you've got me.
Like
there.
Oh, come on.
It's no, but it's legit.
You two guys have got the father and son thing that Thor and and
But it's also
It also doesn't help that it's Anthony Hopkins.
Dude, it's the brother thing as well. Like he's
there's lots of brother stuff that happens in the Avengers.
And like Thor is beating the crap out of Hulk, and Hulk is like smashing him, and Thor's like about to go his own Hulk, and then he gets like electrocuted, which sucks. But I'm like, that moment, thinking about it, is giving me the same chills I felt when I watched it.
Why? That's not a chill-worthy moment. It's not fun.
It is, like, heck, it isn't. Like, he's having like the out-of-body experiences, seeing his dad, and then like his powers unlocking.
Angry moment. That's way more chill-worthy.
Which one?
You got the panoramic shot of them all assembling in New York.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
I'm always just after the "I'm always angry" thing.
I'm always angry. Yeah,
big
he does. He punches it right in the face. Pow! Right in the kisser. It's a great.
Actually, I think I'm swinging back. I'm just remembering.
I'm pretty sure they're called Leviathans.
I think so. Yeah. I'm thinking about like that heated argument before the helicarrier is attacked, and Stark saying to Captain America, "Everything great about you came out of a bottle." Just, oh man, that intensity. The moment where Bruce Banner loses control and is chasing after Black Widow. I'm thinking about Tony Stark being told you're not the hero type, and then literally just carrying a missile through the portal.
Yeah.
I'm going Avengers.
No, that makes me sad, but I'm also still happy.
Can you believe it?
I love
Ragnarok going to the first round.
He's getting Rogers to diagnose the problem with the engine, and he's like, seems to run on some sort of electricity.
That is a great moment.
Moving on, it's Seed 3, Avengers Endgame versus Seed, what was it, 14, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Battle of the brightest posters, I think.
Shane, just move on. Moving on.
It's Endgame. I will say the soundtrack for both Guardians film are the best soundtracks in any of the Marvel movies. But yeah, it's got to be Endgame.
Just move on.
What I'll say about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, one of my favorite scenes in the entire MCU movie happens in this, and I feel bad that I've actually only watched this once at the cinemas. I haven't gone back to it because I really did enjoy it, but there is this one scene where Drax is talking about the feeling of having lost his family.
Oh, I know.
And Mantis, who obviously is an empath in the truest sense, touches him and then just immediately starts bawling her eyes out, and he's just sitting there completely stoic, emotionless. I think that is one of the most powerful scenes in the entire cinematic universe. I love that so much. I just wanted to give
it is a really good scene.
Shake.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
There we go. So our second quarterfinal will be the first Avengers versus Endgame. Woo! Moving on now, Seed 2, Iron Man versus Seed 15, Age of Ultron. The film to kick it off, gentlemen. Iron Man versus Age of Ultron.
I think Age of Ultron is getting a bit of a unfair shake here. I think it beats a whole lot of the other wins.
It does.
Just done, but
in my eyes, certainly the weakest Avengers film. But by no means a slouch. I think there's some things to really love about Age of Ultron. I love the sort of anxiety that's explored via Scarlet Witch when she's sort of tricking the Avengers, into their emotional states, and you see Captain America. Rockwad's in the chat. Hey, going Will. You see, you see, Captain America be transported back when he's dancing with old bird what's her face, and
Maggie, I can't remember.
What's her name?
Maggie, Martha? No, that's Batman's mum's name. Yeah.
What's her name? You know who we're talking about. Peggy.
That's
Carter.
it. Peggy.
I think there's a lot to love in Age of Ultron. But at this, it's not. We're not asking ourselves, what's good about it. We're asking, is it better than Iron Man? Jason, what do you think?
You know what? Age of Ultron's got that scene where this happens. You guys remember that? It happens for 4 frames when they're chopping the wood.
Oh yeah,
Clint's place.
Yeah. I have a scar on my arm from doing or trying to do the same thing.
You can see, if you watch it again, watch watch Tony Stark's like eyes, like he like does like this side glance at the wood that he's just like torn asunder, and like he can't believe his eyes. It's
I love
really,
that. Don't take from my pile.
Yeah.
Don't take from my pile. That is good.
And he walks into the barn. It's like, "Hello, dear."
Yeah, and
it's a John Deere.
Yeah, oh, so good.
Yep.
Joss Whedon again. Jason, thoughts? Iron Man versus Age of Ultron.
I mean, like, yeah, it's Iron Man, right? There's not much more to say other than like that made a lot of millennials start listening to AC/DC. Like, yeah, Avengers ensemble cast and the globetrotting adventure in that, because they go from New York to Busan to Sokovia, introduces Vision and James Spader as Ultron.
Yeah, James Spader is Ultron.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
And then when Quicksilver I can't remember what he did, and then Clint, like Hawkeye, just goes, "No one will know."
Yeah, no one would.
No one would ever know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough one. Again, it's like having Neapolitan ice cream and just chocolate ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, you get all the flavors.
Right.
Then you have chocolate.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, so you're saying Age of Ultron?
Yeah. Like Iron Man is so
yeah,
like, contained and such a like a good story. Like, you know, when we talk about Halo, right?
Except for the villain, like the Jebediah being the big bad guy at the end, and he like can perfectly pilot this monstrosity Mark 1 with no, practice or whatever or understanding of it. He wasn't a threat. It was just silly.
And not nearly enough Iron Man. I will say, as far as like origin films go, Iron Man's probably the strongest of the origin films.
Certainly.
Well done. I'm sorry. I think that Avengers is probably just a stronger film overall. It has a lot of stuff in it that's fantastic. You do have Vision. I'm pretty sure it has a cameo of
Stanley.
Oh goodness! No, they all have a.
You reckon, Bates?
The Golem. Goodness, why am I forgetting his name? Andy Serkis. Yeah.
Yeah, more
Andy
than
Serkis.
Yeah, he's in it.
Well, he's got a whole character. He's not just a cameo.
He like cuts his arm off, and Ultron's like, "Oh god."
Sorry.
Yeah, he like didn't mean to do it. It's yeah, but he's totally like, it's fine, it's okay.
You've got the whole Mjolnir lifting thing at the party.
Yes.
The whole
and that squeak, Captain America making it squeak. I'm like,
yeah, that whole lead up to the part that makes the
Endgame.
In the elevator, and the elevator goes up.
Yeah, it's not but
not to bring it down a peg. I just want to I want to list some weaknesses I think of Age of Ultron.
Okay.
One is the Black Widow Bruce Banner relationship.
Oh, of course.
I think by the end of that, it doesn't feel earned. It feels a bit forced, and you can tell that it probably didn't resonate with people because it has 3 seconds of sort of a nod to the Cap in Infinity War. Sorry, in Endgame. Sorry, when was Infinity War? Yeah, Infinity War when Hulk comes back.
It's also
since the start of Avengers. She was the one who came to Banner to recruit him and all that. And there was that play of like trust and fear that they had like all through Avengers, and then they
right. I mean, I see that. I see that. Yeah, I don't see that as a romantic relationship. I don't think any scenes are planted there.
I guess that part of that twist. Part of it. I guess that makes sense.
And for me, like I think this is probably a greater sort of cinematic sin because it also happened in Avengers and they just seem to do it again. Is the fact that the action of the end is just the Avengers, going toe to toe with minions over and over. It's like they're just throwing copious amounts of robots at them. And the action throughout that isn't very interesting, in contrast to something like Civil War when it's hero on hero, or Endgame, where it's Avengers against, Thanos or any one of his any one of his sort of lieutenants, if you will.
I kind of get what you're saying, but I think thematically the content explored in Age of Ultron is more interesting. It's more compelling. Like the industrial military complex kind of explored in Iron Man is interesting. It's certainly on topic and a part of like American politics and has been for many years. But the concept of introducing vision and what is humanity, what does it mean, and what does it mean to be worthy? Like he's able to wield Mjolnir in that film, and he's not an inanimate object. He has life, even if you wouldn't say that he's human. You can't deny that he's alive. You've also got the groundwork laid with the destruction or the devastation of Sokovia that ripples out into
Winter Soldier.
Well, is it Winter Soldier? Civil War. I was going to say Civil War. And you've also got, I don't know, like some of the loss that the Scarlet Witch experiences in the loss of her brother, which is like the last surviving family member that she has.
You've also got the hint that when Tony Stark is talking to, what's his face?
Bruce?
No, gosh, Samuel L. Jackson. Fury. He's talking about how he was shown the effect of his legacy destroying the planet, basically, and he drops a small hint where he says like, I haven't done everything that I could do to prevent it, which he does eventually.
I love that this film sort of inadvertently, retroactively, sort of, that moment in Infinity War where Banner, lands in the Sanctum, and Tony Stark swings by and he says like, "This is Thanos. Like this is New York," and then and Stark realizes like, okay, this is, and I think that's the moment where he's like, this is what I was trying to protect Earth from, right? When he's talked about putting a suit of armor around the world. He's like, crap, this is actually the end game. This is the moment we've been preparing for. And he anticipated, he just didn't know what form it would come in.
Yeah, that thread of the it's funny, the quote that he says of peace in our time is like I think it's Neville Chamberlain was the Prime Minister of England immediately before the breakout of World War II, and he came back with the treaty signed by Hitler and said peace in our time. And I just found it interesting because like Tony Stark is like, it's going to be peace in our time. I'm like, I've heard that quote before. And it immediately primed me. I'm like, stuff's obviously going to go sideways because of the name of the film.
The first Iron Man too.
Sorry?
Doesn't he say it at the start of the first Iron Man too, where he's like pitching that warhead, something like? No, he just says to peace or something like that. And but he obviously doesn't want it to be peaceful. But it's not forced. He has a really genuine desire to protect the world, and he thinks he's doing the right thing by doing what he's doing. And he's got Bruce Banner's character kind of saying, "Oh, like is this right? Like, I think this is interesting. It's intriguing. Like the scientific like all of the implications are fascinating. But should we do this? Is this the right thing to do?
Because of the implications."
Yeah, of course, because of the implications. And then stuff does kind of, I will say that the idea of Ultron, it's that whole AI fear. It's like AIs are going to say that humanity is the greatest threat to the world. Sorry?
It's that classic trope where you say, okay, AI, protect humanity, and then AI figures a way to say like the best way to protect humanity is to destroy it or something,
humanity is its own greatest threat, so I have to kill most of you, and so he's like in extinction level event by taking this particular chunk of the planet.
They need those iRobot rule sets applied.
Yeah, exactly. What are they?
3 laws.
Yeah, the 3 laws.
Anyway, we need to vote, gentlemen. Jason,
I think Age of Ultron.
Terry's going Age.
I think I might go Age of Ultron as well.
Ben?
Yeah, I think so too.
I think you guys have swayed me. I was heavy on the Iron Man in this instance, but
me too. I do like
Iron
Man.
And I thought about I think I've seen Age of Ultron more than I have Iron Man.
Oh, okay. I've definitely seen Iron Man more. But look at that.
Seen Iron Man
Seed 1, Black Panther. Seed 2, Iron Man. Gone! Eliminated.
And boom, the dirt is gone.
Boom, the dirt is gone. Anyway, moving on
And the
to our
dirt's still
next
kind of there.
pairing. It is, let's see, Seed 7 versus Seed 10. We have Spider-Man Homecoming versus Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America number 2. I'm going to go to Ben first.
On your left.
Terry?
Yeah, same on your left. It's Winter Soldier. It's my second favorite Marvel movie of all time. I like Homecoming. I love Captain America.
Yeah, you do.
Which one was Homecoming again? Was it?
That's the first one. It's the one with Michael Keaton as the Vulture.
Oh, right, okay.
It's a good movie. It's a
Tony
great movie.
Stark has 3 or 4 scenes, trying to help
And
Spider-Man.
what's the other one? What's the second?
Far From Home. That's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal
Jake Gyllenhaal.
as Mysterio.
Why did they make the word almost the same?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think actually the third Spider-Man is going to have home in the title as well.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. They.
I think it's a running theme, Ben. Get used to it.
So we should call this the home Spider-Man.
Of Spider-Man. This is the home of Spider-Man. I think that's subliminally what they're trying to do to Sony.
Mr. Mira?
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character of all time. But Winter Soldier is a better movie.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents on Homecoming. Didn't see that twist coming when
Me either.
Keaton's is the dad.
Oh right, yeah.
I was in the cinema. I was like, "Oh, you got me! You got me!"
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
The twist of who MJ is.
And did you see the symbolism when he's sitting at the traffic light and he's like grilling Peter about something or other, and then the light goes green, and that's when he realizes.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't.
His face from outside when the light goes green, he's like,
Yep.
We have our third quarterfinal, but before we get that, we need to decide our final quarterfinal. Next, it's going to be Seed 5, Civil War, versus Seed 12, Spider-Man Far From Home. This is the one where Spider-Man fights holograms across Europe.
Spider-Man, Far From Good.
Well, see, what do we say?
Good from afar.
So
I think that they covered a lot of ground in Far From Home for the character development of this particular Spider-Man.
I feel like you're going to say, yeah, they covered more ground because they went further from home.
I don't mean geographically. I mean, like his character in 2 movies that are dedicated to his character. They've covered a huge amount of character, like transit. He's gone from being an incredibly naive kid to having all of this incredible great responsibility. He has a ton of responsibility put on his shoulders. Like Tony Stark in this film is dead, and
do you guys
he's literally
the line how he skirts around the "with great power comes great responsibility" thing when he's telling it to Tony Stark in his bedroom. So it's something like when the bad things happen and
you don't do anything about it. It's kind of
anything about it
on your shoulders.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's not great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not great. And he rises to the occasion. I think that it's probably the strongest Spider. Well, there's only one other, and there's one more to come. It's the stronger of the 2 for me between the Homecoming and between Far From Home and the
Interesting. Okay.
But he's also in Civil War, and the introduction of him in Civil War is highly entertaining.
I mean, he like laughs per
moment on screen.
I was about to say that's exactly what I was trying to communicate. It's just name one line that happens in the. Well, I don't know. There are a couple. But, there are so many.
That's so cool.
Yeah, dude, is that? But I love Falcon's. He's like, dude, is this coming out of you?
You have the right to remain silent. It's just
but then he his nerd factor is still coming out. He's like, dude, is that carbon fiber?
Yeah.
Like, and he's absolutely geeking out. But he's like, in this really old movie, The Empire Strikes Back, and everyone's kind of like, oh, you son of a bitch, you little bastard.
Where'd you get this kid?
Yeah, I think, and the stuff that they cover with Civil War, I think that the stakes in Civil War didn't feel as big as they were presenting them to be, but the stuff that they cover in the conflict between Rogers and Stark, and the arc of his parents dying, the consistency that they have through that story, and and the threads that are tied together. Like Stark Howard is the guy that was behind the super soldier serum that both Captain America and I'm pretty sure Bucky ends up getting a juiced up on as well, and that's eventually what killed his dad, and the death of his father is a part of like his whole origin story and stuff like that. So it's like, it's really, really cool. I liked the villain in Civil War, the oh goodness, he's played the sniper in Inglourious Bastards. I always forget his name. Daniel Bruhl.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal in that film. He does a great job, and his motivations kind of make sense. It's kind of consistent, and it's still.
Is that when he's like drowning that dude in his basement?
Yeah, super creepy.
Very like Nazi hunter like movie.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Civil War. It's almost like there was more than one movie within the movie. I think that it's a better Black Panther movie. Civil War is a better Black Panther movie than Black Panther. You've got, again, responsibility falling on his shoulders because T'Challa is he becomes T'Challa, or is that his? I can't remember, but his dad dies.
Assassinated.
And whatnot.
The thing
it's difficult for me.
When I reminded of Civil War, I keep thinking about at the end when he's talking to Friday in his suit, he's getting his ass kicked by Cap, and she's like, you're not going to win fighting like something like that. And he's like, analyze his fighting strategy and come up with a battle plan.
Counter.
And he's like, let's kick his ass. And then he like fights him. All I can think about is like, you know, when you speak, people hear what you're saying. Like, surely Steve.
You know, I can hear you. It's just the way I
can hear him, and he's just like, find a way to beat him. I need to beat up this guy. He's being punched to death.
I'm sure he's got mute. There's actually something.
I'm surprised it's not like a. I'm surprised it's not like a Batman. I'm surprised it's not like a Batman Superman situation where Batman already understands how to defeat Like he has a plan. If you have to retaliate against Superman, right? Surely Friday has stored all this data on how every single Avengers fights, right? Let's like deploy countermeasures, you know. But it's a fantastic cinematic moment. I'll take
He should have battle plans for everybody that has power more than like a guy with a gun. Like, what am I going to do if the Hulk goes full Hulk all the time? We saw his battle plan in Age of Ultron. What he does then?
Yeah, the Hulkbuster.
He should have plans for everyone on the team. Like,
yes, and he may have. I mean, we will never know because he's dead.
Well, that's right. He was in the middle of nowhere, right? At that point.
Yeah.
So maybe it's.
I just want to say, just as I mention this guy's channel almost every week. The Canadian Lad does a really good breakdown of the Civil War movie, and in it, that fight scene that Ben's talking about between Cap and Stark. You can see on the heads-up display, there's like a hologram of the armor, and every time Cap punches the suit, it lights up red in the section that he punched, and he's actually doing damage to the suit. And then when when Stark asks him to analyze what's happening, the hardest punch that he hits him with is like 1,300 Newton meters of force, which is insanely, like, that's an insane amount of Newton meters, and it's just a guy. So Canadian Lad, mad shout out. The dude does some great work, and the particular breakdown he does of Civil War is particularly good.
Am I typing Civil War? Is that the consensus?
I hope so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't want to be
a link for Canadian Lad there in the chat.
I don't want to be one in the side of the Civil War, but it was extremely annoying to watch two lines of Avengers running into melee range to fight each other when half of them are very suitable or
ranged attack.
Yeah, like Hawkeye.
Hawkeye running at Scarlet Witch or something. What are you doing?
Do you
want to get eaten up? Is that what this is? It's a fight where you try and lose.
Yeah.
There's a great Hawkeye moment in that, and it's a great Black Panther moment as well. Where it's like, I don't think we've met yet. I'm Clint. Black Panther's like, I don't care.
I don't care. That is a good moment.
And he shoots like the explosive arrow at him. Black Panther just grabs it and explodes in his fists.
I love how Clint doesn't go by Hawkeye. I like how he just goes by Clint. He's the everyman.
Yeah, he is.
And the last preliminary final, we have Seed 4 Guardians of the Galaxy 1 versus Seed 13 Infinity War.
when the opening credits of Guardians started, I knew immediately. It was like perfect. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, it's not Infinity War.
No.
Yeah,
It's great, but correct, it's not Infinity War. I love Lee Pace though, by the way. He does a great job as Ronan.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe he does a great job at the script he was given. I'm not sure the script is particularly interesting for Ronan. I think we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy here. Like, what is there to say that hasn't already been said a million times? It's so fucking awesome. I think about just like the amazing heroic moments that we get in that film as well. Obviously Groot, we are Groot, and saving everyone. I love the beat of Rocket Raccoon leading the ships to defend the planet. What was it at the end there?
Prime something.
Nova Prime? Yeah.
Nova Prime?
From just like the kamikaze ships that Ronan's sending down.
Oh yeah, that
just
was
protecting the city by shooting up.
Actually, the Ravagers in that are great as well. Yeah, and the Nova Corps.
Those guys
I think
Space Invaders, by the way. They are Space Invaders.
I think you immediately think of Guardians of the Galaxy. You immediately think of the humor and the lovable characters. I want to make sure that we're not giving those heroic moments short shrift because they are fantastic.
There's so many aerial combat scenes in Guardian of the Galaxy that are just amazing. They're so cool. Some like in cockpit views and just like tracking shots of the Milano. Is that the ship name?
The Milano, that's the name of his ship.
Like, tracking through space and just so many cool shots. When you
and it's a cool looking ship. The design of those Ravager ships is awesome.
I really want a Milano like Lego set.
What did you say, Ben?
Can someone remember what Ronan's subtitle is? He's like Ronan
the Conqueror or something.
So I don't think it's not
Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So I'm just going to. You guys keep talking about how much you love Guardians.
1,000
and
years
I'm
of
going
greed
to
justice.
Set up the next round because I need to
change the stakes. Yeah, I don't know. There's it's remarkable that within the same IP, we have so many memories that we can kind of call back to, whether it's time spent with family members, like Ben with his dad. Like, I wish my dad loved movies like your dad likes a good action film and a good comic book film.
He won't watch a single Pixar movie. He'll never watch an animated movie as long as he lives that.
Tell him I've lost all respect for him.
Cartoons are for kids, don't you know?
Yeah. I mean, everyone has shortcomings as people. He's a great dude, but that everyone has their the black the black spot. I don't know. Skeletons in the closet.
Yeah, it's really fun going to the movies with my old man.
Yeah, but apart from maybe the last handful of Marvel movies, all of them have been watched with you guys or with really close friends, and that's it's become that kind of nexus point, not just for the story that it's telling, but for our friendship and our relationship as compadres. So I love, like, you guys, Shane, you said you feel quite privileged to have lived through this time because you get to experience it. I feel very similar because it's not just getting to experience it, it's the who it's been experienced with has been great. Like, I love you guys a lot. You guys are the best.
Now I think I've dropped my pen.
I'm gonna go cry.
I'm gonna go pick up my pen.
Yeah. Rockwad in chat as well. Like, you're a part of that too, bro. Like,
and Scotty, if you're still there.
He's not.
Well, I haven't really watched any movies with Scott except for Master and Commander.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure he farted through that film, so
he was watching it.
No, I'm pretty sure he wasn't there. Yeah.
All right, I think I've got the next the quarterfinals up and running. We'll just take a quick look here on the overview. It'll be the first Avenger versus Doctor Strange, Avengers versus Endgame, Age of Ultron versus Winter Soldier, Civil War versus Infinity War. We start with quarterfinal number 1, gentlemen. Captain America, the first of... Wait, hang on a sec. Doctor Strange. Is that what we voted on? Oh, yeah, Doctor Strange. First Avenger versus Doctor Strange. What do we think? Probably I want to say the weakest pairing of the 8 that we have left.
Yeah, Doctor Strange has some really nice watches.
Yeah.
I do. They're really nice. Oh, and then when he opens the drawer and they're like all smooth. Oh.
Plus, he has a spell where he can like read scrolls in his sleep. How cool was that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I just do the mental exercise here? If it was Black Panther versus Doctor Strange?
Black Panther.
Same.
Yeah, I think I'm yeah, probably.
I still think I enjoyed Captain America, and it's also like a cool World War II film as well.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I like about it as well. If you were to like the thought experiment of what if we had superheroes during one of the world wars, and like this is one of those sorry.
With a gun, he was running into a warehouse
with a Thompson
shield, and he's shooting with the other hand, which thankfully he doesn't do that afterwards.
Yeah.
The shield.
Yeah, like these ones don't rank highly on my. If I was to put together my own personal list of favorite MCU movies, these wouldn't be in the top 10, I don't think. So I think just first Avenger, just because of.
Yeah,
the love I have for Steve Rogers.
I mean, and watching Doctor Strange, I felt like it was fun watching it, but then.
Sorry, Rachel McAdams, please forgive me.
It was a bit forgettable, whereas like Captain America, the moments, like the defining moment of the Captain America of the MCU.
Yeah, and these are two origin films. They're the origin of the two characters, and I think that the origin story for both is interesting. But I think that the Captain America one is nicer.
There you go. Yeah. Deleting that slide. The first Avengers versus the latest Avengers, gentlemen.
I like the first Avengers the most.
Whoa!
Are you serious? You playing? Are you fracking me?
No, now? It's the Avengers Endgame is just action porn.
Hang on a second. It's definitely more than that.
It's not okay. Yeah, right. I said the word "just" when I said that sentence. It's not just that, but
why don't we just go back in time to Baby Thanos and just like
it's definitely the lesser of the two final Avengers movies for sure, and they kill the most interesting character almost right away, and then I love what they do to the time travel thing. I was like. So happy. I was so happy to get the hint of what they were planning to do. I don't know how much they ruined in the trailer, but I think I remember watching the trailer after watching the movie and being like, that is a really good trailer.
Yeah. I think that was the exact quote out of the Russo brothers was the trailer only contained footage from the first 12 minutes or something like that.
And it contained altered footage where it was like you don't see Fat Thor. You don't see anything else that would ruin a reveal. They've brushed characters out, or like I said, they shot a scene twice, one for the movie and then one for the trailer with regular looking Thor in it, which was great.
I think they did that for the trailer of Infinity War as well.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, where Cap is holding Thanos' gauntlet back. And by that stage, he's got like all but one Infinity Stone, right? I think in the trailer, it's showing none from memory in that gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the first Avengers. I could just name a few one-liners from Endgame that just puts it head and shoulders above the first Avengers for me. I love you 3000. I knew it. Just
I knew it. Oh yeah.
Like so many triumphant moments in that. Yes, we spoke about, Hulk punching Thor, and obviously you've got Hulk, smashing Loki back and forward. There are some great moments in Avengers. I can't pick many weak elements of Endgame in my eyes. I think, to Grant Ben's point, fantastic action, but also Stark and his dad, Thor and his mum,
even the teams getting to know each other, like the people that haven't met each other, like Scott Lang meeting Captain Marvel, and Bruce Banner with the little taco,
Black Widow and Hawkeye, man.
Yeah, don't give me hope. Yeah, I mean, like, Black Widow could have turned up a little bit earlier to help him out with the Yakuza, or whatever, save a few people's lives.
You know what happened when Cap grabbed Mjolnir and Will exploded? I
It'll explode.
I kind of rolled my eyes a little bit.
Oh no!
I didn't
Like,
love it.
I
Never mentioned it.
knew that because it's in the comic books that he can at some point, and so I was like, I wish someone was sitting next to me.
Yeah.
It was the moment
I
that
exploded.
it was the moment when the cinema erupted and I wasn't there with them. Like I wasn't elevated to that level. I was like, that was nice, but it wasn't that good. And that totally ruined it for me. Where I felt like I really did feel like the guy who was at the concert who didn't love the band as much as everyone else. Which I've been in that situation, sitting next to Daniel Perry. He's not going to watch this, and he was the guy who said, "What's Enter Sandman?" when we were at a Metallica show. And I was like, what do you mean? What's Enter Sandman? Did you not hear what I said? Like, did I not hear what you said and you not hear what I said? And that's what's going on? And he's like, no, I don't know what Enter Sandman is. I'm like, all right, what are you doing at this show? Well, why are you here? You know?
Yeah.
But he's like sitting in his seat. He's not engaged with the same level of enjoyment as I am. And it does. It makes you feel like weird. It feels weird. It feels weird to have that guy in your group.
I need a vote, gentlemen. Jason?
Endgame.
Ben?
You have the smaller one. So good.
Ben?
Infinity War.
No.
Endgame is like the last season of
it's Avengers versus Endgame.
Avengers. Yeah, my bad.
Terry?
Avengers.
Endgame. We are at an impasse, gentlemen. Which way are we going? We need help from chat.
Rockwood says Infinity War, so I think it's the eyes have it.
No, because this is Endgame, not Infinity War.
It's in Endgame.
Piss off, Will.
The first Avengers.
Yes.
Rock said,
I take back every nice thing I've ever said about you. I'm just kidding. I love you.
There's so many problems with Endgame. I just don't like it.
Yeah,
Name the
there's a bunch of it that
I don't like how they have like a here are all the girls with their girl power moment.
Yep.
Where all the girls just find each other on the battlefield and beat up a bunch of boys. Aren't girls great?
and like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. He's like, oh, like, do you need help? And or like, are you sure it's going to be dangerous? And then like, she's got help. It's like, ugh.
I don't love how in Infinity War, a much better movie, how like Iron Man and a bunch of second-rate heroes can almost take down Thanos with 3 stones. I think he's got the reality.
He's got reality by then. Yeah,
he's got 4 stones. But 3 of the best Avengers who have the experience of foresight and the better they've got better weaponry can't take on a Thanos with no Infinity Stones. Fuck that. Get out. Go
Thanos is he's not what is he? He's not
It's
immortal.
Fat Thor.
He's eternal. Is
But
he? Can't remember.
Who's an Eternal?
Okay, but that's fine.
No, he's a Titan.
He's an Eternal with 4 Infinity Stones in Infinity War, and he almost loses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had Mantis, Ben.
No.
He throws a moon at Iron Man, and
Iron Man's like, you threw a moon at me.
He's so much more powerful in Infinity War, and
Endgame,
he has no right to hold his own against that kind of.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I still think that the whole action scene between the 4 of them is one of the best in the MCU. And yes, I do see the disparity. Anyway, Endgame.
The argument, Will, is that he gets the power of foresight as well. I said that, like, Tony Stark is fighting Thanos for the second time, so he's got that. But in reality, Thanos has looked through Nebula's record or whatever, and so he also has that. He has that benefit as well. I forgot about that part.
We're on to the third quarterfinal, gentlemen. It's Age of Ultron versus the Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
Age of Ultron.
Ooh, Ben, I want to hear this argument. Winter Soldier is awesome, man. Why do you hate it?
I can't even remember how it ends. I remember the highway scene where what's his face, who just shoots guns, shows up and shoots guns, and
Triskelion, 3 helicarriers about to be unleashed on the world, and Alexander Pierce is a bad guy.
Right. Yeah, and they do the whole, I'm your friend, Bucky, don't fight me thing. I think I've seen that in half a dozen movies before. You're brainwashed, don't kill me. Power of love, all that. Power of friendship. Let it win. And then
but it is their friendship specifically, which starts in the first Captain movie.
Yes, like I mean, that's the same with all the other 6 movies. I've seen that happening. You know.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter, the animated movie. Because Ken gets possessed by M. Bison, and he's like evil Ken, and he fights Ryu, and Ryu's like, Ken, what are you doing? We're brothers, we're mates. And eventually,
you're quoting an anime right now.
Ultron is meh. A sassy robot doesn't do it for me.
A sassy robot.
That's the hottest take I've ever heard. Sassy robot.
That's super funny, Will.
I bet I see your points, Ben, and I'm not sure I can dispute them. For me, for whatever reason, just holistically, I look at Winter Soldier, I'm just like, just like, you know, it's Nick Fury getting this fucking awesome action scene, even though he's, you know, not a superhero whatsoever. I'm thinking of you know, the humorous moments as well, and like exploring Captain America's personality and who he is as a person, with you know, his whole interactions with Black Widow, you know, when they're making out on the escalator to avoid being seen by the thugs, and also, you know, it's explored a bit as well where Falcon simply asks him a question. He's like, what do you like to do? And he's like, I don't know, because all he knows is fighting, right? All he knows is real time. So I don't know. I feel as though, you know, a lot of people will speak about Winter Soldier not as a superhero movie, but as like a thriller.
You know where they dropped that seed of when he says like, "What do you like to do?" And you know, they go through that at the start of Winter Soldier as well.
Yeah.
Like with a list that he's got. That's like the only time I've seen that. I can't say that I've seen a better example of like the whole geographic disparate lists. You know what I'm saying? Each release got its own different joke there.
What about the scene at the start of Winter Soldier where they're on the boat and he has that fight with that MMA
French
guy?
dude.
Yeah.
And the fight on the streets with Winter Soldier and Black Widow. And
The intelligence of those action scenes where you see...
Yeah, where he's got the knife and is like flicking around, but it's just like...
Not even my favorite moment in that entire scene is where Black Widow notices the shadow being cast by Winter Soldier's head when he's still on the overpass, and like she jumps and like shoots up, and the bullet like lances his eye visor and just cracks it. Oh my goodness, like so awesome. Love that moment.
Yeah. And
like
also
the part where she gets blown off the bridge, and she uses a grappling hook that she apparently just has up her arm at all times to just kind of
save
level. Yeah, that's very cool. I love the opening of the Age of Ultron though, to just like bring this back to the better movie.
Language.
It does have an Avengers Assemble moment right at the start of the movie.
I love the guy who's like in charge of the base, and he's like, we'll never surrender. He's like, I'm going to surrender. Hard cuts. Tim talking to his second in command. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty funny moment in that film.
I've got to say, I think more frequently about Winter Soldier because I love it so much. But reminiscing on Age of Ultron, I am now thinking about how much like those amazing moments. You know, having just mentioned one of my favorite action scenes in Winter Soldier, I think about one of my favorite action scenes in Age of Ultron, and it's Hulkbuster versus Hulk. And it's like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Just oh man, so good. Honestly though, I think again to make a different comparison, I think the weak moments in Age of Ultron are weaker than the weak moments in Winter Soldier for me. I think that like it's got the higher highs for me, and I think
Well, he's not a robot; he's an android. That's the difference between them.
And I love the whole espionage of Winter Soldier as well, right? You know, the elevator scene. We haven't spoken about the elevator scene in Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Does anyone want to? Before we start, does anyone want to get out?
The throwback to that scene in Endgame. Isn't it Endgame? Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, Elijah," and the guy's just like,
he's like, ding, walks out with Tesseract.
Yeah. But then he says to himself,
sorry,
"I can do this all day." He's like, "Yeah, I know." Like, but yeah. And you only have that because of, in my opinion, Winter Soldier. That's why I'm standing by it.
Ben, I'm going to say you've made a compelling argument. I didn't think it'd be this close to my mind. I'm still going to give the edge to Winter Soldier for my vote.
Winter Soldier is just like a good contained Marvel film.
It's
Who
really
directed it?
tight.
Who directed Winter Soldier?
That was Russo brothers. I think it was their first one.
Yeah, it's the Russo brothers.
Yeah. Winter Soldier it is, gentlemen. Very close though. Very close.
You're not sorry, Will.
I do want to say that I do think that Age of Ultron gets a pretty bad rap, and it doesn't deserve it. It's better than people give it credit.
And look, I
I think
remember
it's rightfully criticized, rightfully categorized as the weakest Avengers movie, but I agree, Terry. It's it gets shit on
Yeah.
all the time.
I remember walking out of Age of Ultron in the cinemas, like really enjoying it. You know, like I was pretty high on it. But yeah. Anyway, here's a good one coming up.
We're getting down to brass tacks, boys. The last quarter final. It's Civil War versus Infinity War. Which war do you like more?
Infinity War.
Infinity, yeah.
Infinity War.
Yeah, sorry, Civil War. You were fantastic. Thank you for being a faux Avengers movie, really.
Yeah, it really was more of an
It was.
Yeah. Look, if they had done it in such a grand scale as the comic book event, Civil War, it would have been amazing. But you just can't.
But because of the whole, they don't have the mutant aspect
exactly.
to lean on, and that's, for me, in the comics, that's the bigger part. It's the advocates for the registration of mutants, and Cap's like, no, people have a right to privacy. The stakes were higher. The stakes were definitely higher in the comic book Civil War.
And before you ask, there are no stakes.
Oh, it's been too long since I've had a good steak.
I was just talking about stakes in the hundreds and thousands, and how hundreds and thousands can make anything taste better.
I'm not going to cook a steak with hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, cook it with it. You just sprinkle a bit of
No,
garlic.
not.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's hundreds and thousands have only two appropriate places of existence: on dessert, whether it's cupcakes, cakes, or ice cream, or on fairy bread. And what else is on fairy bread aside from the bread? It's butter. Butter is a better accompaniment to steak than hundreds and thousands.
All right, gentlemen, the semi-finals, the top 4 MCU movies according to this bracket. We're getting close, gentlemen. It's the first Avenger versus Endgame and Winter Soldier versus Infinity War. We go to our first semi-final. First Avenger versus Endgame.
Next.
I'll be completely honest. Surprise! First Avenger has made it this far. It's been great.
Well, if you want to do that thing that we did before, what if it was Black Panther?
What if it was Black Panther versus Endgame? Oh yeah, still Endgame.
Yeah.
But except the winner of this goes. We're gonna no.
Hang on, wait. Second
it's gonna be between Infinity War.
Second semi-final. Let's not jump to conclusions.
It's gonna, because
Captain America: Winter
disagree.
Soldier versus Infinity War.
I don't even like Winter Soldier.
What say you?
Infinity War is better.
Infinity War, it is.
Arm that he never uses. He just shoots a gun. What's going on?
And I anticipated we'd get here, so I've got this one pre-prepared. The grand final, gentlemen. Here we go to decide the greatest MCU movie of right now for 2021.
This is
on the cusp of a Black Widow movie and a third Spider-Man. We decide what of the 23 MCU movies so far, what is the best? It's between Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Ben, I'm going to go to you first.
Thank you. Look, guys, the only reason Endgame is any good at all is because Infinity War is better, and it sets it up. It sets up a movie that couldn't be bad. It can't fail because Infinity War is so damn good. It's the perfect movie. And Endgame is a wobbly execution of the perfect setup.
Jason.
Infinity War has to win.
Okay, let's think about it this way. Let's break down Infinity War. Okay, Infinity War, they're on Earth, and then they're up in space a little bit, and then they're either back on Earth in Wakanda, or they're on Mars, right?
Mars, sure.
Right, but like break down those bits, okay? So like they're all pretty strong bits, and then the big battle in Wakanda is fucking amazing.
But hang on, but the battle on Wakanda is only amazing because of the parts that get them to there. The interaction, like Thor's arrival at Wakanda, is only so spectacular because of the shit that he had to go through to get there.
Yeah.
The forging of Stormbreaker, like Groot giving it the handle,
He took the full brunt of a star.
Yeah. So and then I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of everything.
And those biceps.
Oh man.
Oh my god,
I'm
we
just
didn't
trying to
talk
think
about
of anything
Civil
else
War with
that's
the
been
Captain
done.
America and the helicopter. I'm trying to get my
Yeah,
biceps in the frame, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
And then you've got Endgame, right? And Endgame, you've got the whole dealing with everything, trying to find out how to time travel, and then going on doing the time travel heist, and then having that big ass fucking battle at the end, with everyone there, and the whole like, okay, Cap's like, he's got his shield, the shield is broken, he's bleeding, he goes, it's like, all right, this is battle, we're gonna lose, let's do it, and then you hear in the radio, Cap, you there? And then on your left, and you see all the portals open up, and oh man.
Oh, does he say on your left there at the end when they come through? Oh, that's great.
He flies
Okay, I
to the
changed my mind. I changed my mind. I like Winter Soldier a little bit better.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to change your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, he says on your left. Oh, it's Endgame then.
No, I was
Will wants us to come to a tie so he can say.
Jason, what are you going? You're going Endgame?
I think I want to go Endgame because it's
garbage.
It's just the payoff of it and the throwbacks that you were saying before when they go back in time.
Oh god.
the time heist is great. I'll give it that. I love that time heist.
Tony Stark getting to talk to his dad,
about
about like what it's like to be a father.
Yeah.
You know.
I like when Bruce Banner talks to what's her face, Tilda Swinton.
Oh yeah, that was cool too. And and then you've got the whole Battle of New York.
That line that she delivers, where Bruce is just like, maybe he made a mistake, and then she's like, or I did, and like she realizes what that means, and just like the mental gymnastics of like, okay, if he gave up the time stone, then he obviously knows better than I do right now, and just like implicitly trusts him. Oh, I love that moment.
And she hasn't even made that choice yet. She hasn't even like.
She hasn't met him yet.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you're 5 years early or something, right? Like he's currently performing surgery 3 blocks away. Oh, incredible. Okay, Endgame, Jason.
Endgame.
Terry?
Endgame for me.
No, it's Infinity War. The struggle that Thor goes through, he's dealing with the loss of not only his father at this point, now also his brother.
Thanos is one of the coolest characters in all of the MCU, and he's
Thanos,
a hot mess in Endgame.
He's I think that Thanos in this one is better. The accrual of the stones that Thanos goes through, the fact that he has to sacrifice his daughter, and you see that he actually does care about her. That's a powerful moment. Like the Titan is crying, literally crying. You've got the moment where you've got Tony Stark throwing everything that he's got in that fight with Thanos, and he manages to make him bleed. And it's an old line. If you can make God bleed, he isn't God. And that's a moment in the cinematic universe where Tony Stark proves the point. He proves that the Mad Titan isn't unstoppable, and that sets up for the next conflict. You have it's an incredible fight, the whole thing, and the movie references that Tom Holland makes as well, like the old movie reference, Alien. But there's just and you get these disparate things. You get these space cowboy Guardians of the Galaxy's characters getting introduced to Tony Stark and Tom Holland, and like there's like a little bit of attention, but they I don't know. It's just it's great. To me, it's a phenomenal film, and Thor's process of becoming the wielder of Stormbreaker is, for me, probably the strongest arc in the film. But I think that Ben's original point is the right point. Infinity War being as strong as it is the only reason Endgame has a leg to stand on, and it almost fumbles it. You have the most perfect little here's a toss, like just knock this son of a bitch out of the park, and they almost whiff it. In my opinion,
they still won the game.
I'm not sure they set. I'm not sure they set up this. They lob this ball as easily as you guys are portraying. Thanos wins at the end of Infinity War. Like more than half of the Avengers are gone.
When does that happen in cinema?
On Earth?
When does that?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I'm just saying for you that is a terrible lob for whatever movie needs to follow it up. I'm saying they're not set up perfectly. You've just like destroyed half the Avengers.
No,
Somehow you need to conclude this cinematic universe by bringing them back. Like, I think it has a gargantuan task ahead of it. Endgame.
You've got this upside down, Shane. If Infinity War, the good guys had won, and we're back to square one again in Endgame, we've got to build up a threat.
Oh,
Like
I'm not arguing they could have done it any other way. I'm just saying that Endgame had a gargantuan task ahead of it. I don't think it was an easy lob for a second goal.
Sold every ticket that people bought to go see Endgame was already in the bag.
Sure.
Because of the way that Infinity War ended, because everyone was like, how
I have
are
to
they
know
going
how
to
it ends.
get out of this? You know, how
And what was the one thing out of all of those possibilities, of all the probabilities that time stone wielding Doctor Strange goes through, he's like, there's one way that we have victory. And I will say that particular moment where Doctor Strange does the one thing to Tony Stark's character in Endgame, that's a great callback to the moment that is the thing that establishes it. I think that is why it was set up. Like Doctor Strange says, this is the only way that we win. He has to be given the stone here so that he can beat us here, so that we can beat him later. The how they get to that point, sure, that might be a little bit difficult, but I think that Infinity War is the better film for the sum of its parts, the journey that the characters go on. I don't like, everybody kind of likes Fat Thor. I think that it's silly. I found that really frustrating. I'm like, yeah, all right, he's achieved his goal, but now he's languishing. There's some really nice attention to detail in those scenes as well, but I just think that it's silly. And then Fat Thor, like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can see your point.
Can you guys tell me if Vision shows up at the end in Endgame when they all come back?
No.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah. He had the stone ripped out. He was killed.
Or is he?
What I will say is, Infinity War is, I just looked it up just to be sure, 2 hours and 29 minutes, and I'm not sure you can point to any one of those minutes and call it a week. I think it is one of the strongest beginnings to a film. They kill off Loki. You will never be a god. Amazing.
Yeah.
You talk about Stark and Doctor Strange meeting Thanos' children at the start of the movie. That whole action scene is fantastic. Get lost, Squidward. Mr. Stark, who are these guys? They're from space. They're trying to steal a necklace from a wizard. I think you have one of Chris Hemsworth's greatest performances in this movie, and that is when they're on their way to Neverlear, wherever they get Stormbreaker. And that's a made-up word. All words are made up. And he's talking about how
I took a semester of Groot.
He's sort of Rocket's grilling him, and it's just like, are you sure you're up to this task? And what he's talking about how he's fought thousands of people before and he's never lost. He's lost once to this guy, but never a second time. And then he ends that scene by basically saying, like, what else? If I do lose, what else do I have to lose? Sort of thing. I think it's one of the best moments in the MCU. I mentioned this before, but I remember being in the cinema when Thor, grabs Stormbreaker again after Groot's just like given his arm for this thing, and then uses the Bifrost to land in Wakanda. The cinema was uproarious. They were cheering and applauding. People were on their feet, and I felt that in every fiber of my being as well. I do think Infinity War is in my eyes it's head and shoulders above Endgame for me. I still love Endgame, and the emotional resonance at the end of that film broke me more so than even the most emotional moments in Infinity War. Where Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. I'm tears down
I literally cried.
Neck.
That
moment.
You were so happy.
But I love it when they kill. Death. Yeah, they kill young people in movies.
That moment for me has Giovanni Ribisi in Saving Private Ryan vibes, where it's just like, Mom, Mommy, Mom.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that still gets me. I love that moment. Infinity War. I think it's 3 votes to 1. Mr. Mira.
That's right. Look, it's 2 amazing movies, right? And
one of them is
it? Is it?
Yes.
I just want to highlight that I was outvoted on the end game previous things. Like at each turn, the end game was up, except for the first one. I've disagreed with you guys. So
yeah, what about Will's vote?
Yeah. Well, it was his vote.
Yeah, what was your vote? Oh.
No, he thinks Endgame.
He's Endgame for sure.
Oh, is he Endgame?
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Infinity War earlier.
Oh wait, hang on.
Infinity War. Yeah.
What a twist!
Oh, you won.
Oh, good.
Will,
What?
shut up.
I thought you were saying. No. Wait. I'm sure
Will
that
said
you were
Infinity
Also,
saying...
Will, if you wanted a proper vote, you'd be on the show.
Good.
Yeah.
You guys remember the end of Whiplash? When
You know, Will,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute you for a couple of minutes. Okay, that's what's gonna happen.
Ban.
Ben.
Sorry, Ben, you were talking about
remember-
Whiplash.
Okay, good time out.
I was trying.
End of Whiplash.
End of Whiplash. It's a movie, Jason, and at the end of it, you've got Miles' dad like watching him play, and you see that look
Yeah.
of almost fear
Yes.
on his face, like what's
He's
my
like-
son capable of, kind of look that just crosses, like he's going from like, oh, my son's playing at the show or whatever, to like just like how
Yeah.
did I
Who
not
is
know?
this person?
It's my
Yeah.
son, you know. That look must be the look that that Captain America and all the other Avengers have when Thor comes back and just rips Thanos in half within 10 seconds of showing up, kind of a deal. Because he's like he's been through a lot of shit, but
Yeah.
almost no one has known this. Like nobody's been witnessing this journey that he's just
Yeah.
just finishing right now, and he just finishes that journey very abruptly into Thanos' chest. And and yeah, if I was
They were just like,
I'd just be like, okay.
after
don't-
Thanos has just like torn all of them, pushed them all aside.
Yeah.
Thor's
Don't
just
fuck
like,
with-
I got a new weapon. I upgraded.
Yeah.
Just throws
I
it
think
at
one of my favorite memes actually came out after Infinity War, and it's that moment where he gets axed, and then he like pulls it in, and Thanos, someone puts like a squeaky kind of like thing over it. It's really, really funny. Yeah, I do like the consistency later when he's like, you said to go for the head, and this time I did. I think that's kind of yeah.
You've seen
There's a lot of consistency
online
through
as well. You've seen the fight at the end where you see every attack that Thor makes at Thanos at the end is on his head.
Yeah, he's literally going for all headshots.
Can we talk about just like, and to go back to Thor Ragnarok as well? The poor thing was knocked out in the first round. To Ben's point, like that journey that Thor goes on, that sort of like we said, ends with him giving up on life. Really, by the beginning of Endgame, he's just lost Asgard. Like he's their leader, right? He's just lost Asgard. He loses his dad to his sister, and then his brother dies in the previous film.
And then he causes his whole
and then
planet to be
and then
destroyed.
he's just like, if I'm going to do one thing right, it's going to be kill this guy, because he knows he's the one who's capable of doing it. And then he whiffs the shot at the end. I think his arc in Endgame is totally earned. To your point, Terry, I think maybe the execution could be viewed as silly.
Definitely the despair, the despair that he feels is justified. I agree. But in that moment that he lost his brother, he also lost a further half of Asgard because Thanos kills half of everything that he takes at that.
What's Thanos doing, destroying the stones after that? It's like, you know what happens to populations? They multiply,
Yeah.
That halving that you did is going to be, exponential growth, man. It's going to come back.
Yeah. In not all that long. Yeah. I think that the despair that he would be feeling was cheapened by the laughs that they had at the Fat Thor. Like instead of it being like, here's a guy who has lost everything, he failed, considers himself to be a complete failure, even though he managed to eventually take the head off the guy.
And what does he do? He becomes an aggressive online gamer, a gamer that like, he shouts abuse at people in games. I love that.
Threatens
It's
kids.
like they hold a mirror up to the audience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put his crown on Thanos' head.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I like it. What's the winner?
Oh, nice.
That's the winner, Infinity War. Congratulations, MCU. I know you earned billions and billions of dollars, but I'm sure that the movie magic show giving you the golden gong for Infinity War is equally as rewarding. That was fun, gents. I had a good time sort of dissecting our thoughts on that. Some massive surprises, I must say. Seeing Black Panther and Thor Ragnarok go out in the first round, I didn't anticipate
Oh my
that.
goodness, Thor
Did not
Ragnarok.
anticipate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how the bracket
Thor
works.
Ragnarok go?
That's the bracket.
Ragnarok. Oh, it went up against Avengers though.
Yeah. And they're very surprised that the first Avenger got to the semi-finals. I think it had an easy run though. Black Panther, Doc Strange. I mean, yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is
awesome.
there you go. That we have decided Infinity War, king of the MCU movies. Let us know what you think in chat. What's your favorite MCU movie? I want to see some some different films. Maybe justify them for us, because there are some fantastics. Might I just say though, seed 13, Infinity War, in the grand scheme of things, according to the critics.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm.
No, I actually really enjoyed Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton one. I thought it was really cool.
Me too. It's the best of the Hulk films, by far.
It's the second of the Hulk.
That's the one other one.
Well, I mean, there's also all the old Hulk stuff.
Anyway, we might. Should we do a little movie actor go, gents?
We've still got to do 6 degrees, the quotes. Do we have time?
We got time. We could do one round of movie actor go.
Good.
Shall we do it?
Good.
Good. Excellent.
All right. So movie actor go. This is the game where it's an elimination game between the 4 of us. One of us will start by naming, let's say, an actor. Let's say Robert Downey Jr. I might start. It'll go to Ben, and Ben might say, well, a movie that Robert Downey Jr. starred in was Endgame. Jason then needs to pick an actor that's also in Endgame. Let's say, Chris Pratt. And then Terry has to name a Chris Pratt movie that's not Endgame. So on and so forth. We go around until we can stump one another. People are eliminated, then we find a winner. I will begin with, and go to Ben, Infinity War, sir. Movie actor go. Infinity War.
Paul Bettany.
Jason.
Wimbledon.
I think I know.
I know that the movie exists, and I know that he's a tennis coach in it, and I'm fairly certain that it's Kirsten Dunst that is the female lead in that film.
Yes.
But fuck you for going so hard on the first round. Kirsten Dunst is in that film.
I thought you.
No, it's tennis.
Anyway.
Tennis, Jason, not softball.
That was great.
Thanks, Ben.
That was almost
Thank
a
you.
Shakira thing.
Up to my 10 again.
What was I going to say? Oh, yes. What I was going to say is, I think a lot of people, I think around that same time, right? Was it Match Point came out, and that was Jonathan Rhys Meyers and someone else.
Yes.
Like, some people confuse those. Anyway, well done. Kirsten Dunst. I'm going to say, to keep it in the superhero realm, Spider-Man. Ben, to you, sir.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem.
Don't you do it.
John Wick.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, John Wick. Yes.
I thought you were going to go Platoon. I was going to say, really, Jason?
I actually haven't seen Platoon.
Good. Because it didn't come to your mind. You said...
John Wick.
What?
John Wick.
John Wick. Okay. John Wick has...
Fucking pencil.
No, with the fucking pencil. Let's go with Keanu's Reeve.
Keanu's Reeves is in Toy Story 4.
Oh, is he?
Duke Kaboom!
Duke Kaboom.
Hey! Hey!
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is in Saving Private Ryan.
Along with Nathan Fillion.
That's true.
Yes. No, yes, Nathan Fillion is in that. Nathan Fillion movies. Why am I blanking?
I can only really think of one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. A lot of TV.
That's why I'm stuck.
Tons on TV.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion movies. Oh, he is in Monsters University as the lead jock.
He is.
Yeah.
Really?
Pixar saves me again.
He's also in Serenity.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
I
of
was
course.
thinking Serenity. Yeah.
John Goodman?
He's like, John Sullivan, welcome to
Yeah.
the Alpha
Mm.
sorority.
Not many actors
whatever.
in this one, but 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, yes.
It's a
Good luck,
really
Terry.
good movie.
Screw you again.
I watched it with you.
Another one.
The voice of Bradley Cooper, and
Yes,
he's credited,
well
so
done.
Bradley Cooper.
Well done, sir.
I learned that last week, so
Bradley Cooper is
he's the boyfriend of the girl whose name I forget.
Ex-boyfriend at that point? Maybe?
Something like
Mary
that.
Elizabeth Winstead, aka Ramona Flowers.
Yeah.
Ramona, I know the characters she plays in other movies. I have no idea what her name is.
You said Bradley
Crush on
Cooper.
her.
I'm going to go with Silver Linings Playbook.
Don't do that again.
You're like that's
That's my thinking face. What are you talking about? I do that in meetings
the,
all the
the-
time.
the epic NPC man crew did a D&D session, and the guy who plays the barbarian in it, that's how he rages. He's like, I'm gonna rage, and he goes, it's hilarious.
What I say? Silver Linings Playbook, Ben.
So,
Jennifer Lawrence.
Passengers.
Passengers has
I'm gonna
oh
rewatch
goodness,
This
the
week.
guy that plays
I'm not sure I've seen
Thorin
it.
Oakenshield in The Hobbit. He's also he's in the Twilight movies as the vampire leader guy. But I'm gonna go
Have
with
you guys seen
Chris Pratt.
the Twilight movies?
I've seen
Yeah,
the first two.
I've seen all of them.
I haven't seen any of them.
I
Chris
actually
Pratt,
I recently watched them all with Jen.
Chris Pratt
over the course
is
of a few
in
weeks.
Moneyball. Moneyball, Ben. Moneyball.
Oh, he is too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He was a pitcher, becomes a first baseman.
So
Go
is
practice picking
Brad
up those
Pitt.
ground balls.
Bradley Pitt.
Brad Pitt is in. Snatch.
Nice. He's in Snatch with.
what do I know about diamonds?
Oh, yeah, he is that. There is that guy. I
want
was
the-
thinking Jason
what's in the
Statham.
car? What's in the car, Terry?
Seats and a steering wheel.
Yeah.
Why has he got a tea cozy on his head? Yeah.
Jason
I create the body.
Statham
I don't
is
erase the
in
bodies.
Fast 7, I want to say.
I don't know
That's
if he's
the
in
Dubai
Fast
one,
and-
right? We'll go with
Maybe.
that one.
Isn't Dwayne Johnson in Fast
Probably.
movies by then?
He,
I'm gonna
he
go-
is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Will, I couldn't think of a more obscure reference to trick Jason.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Let's speed it up,
Dwayne
gents.
The Rock Johnson.
Jumanji.
He's in Jumanji with Jack Black.
Who's in Kung Fu Panda?
Shit. Oh, I know. Jackie Chan.
Oh, fuck you.
Goodbye, Terry.
I'll go easy. I'll go Rush Hour.
Okay. Rush Hour with Chris Tucker.
Rush Hour 2.
'Cause I can't think of anyone else.
Wait, what? There was a movie on when we went away that week with Chris Tucker in. It
Sure.
was on TV.
I'm going to say Rush Hour 2 still.
Isn't Zhang Ziyi in Rush Hour 2?
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And she's in Crashing Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes.
A Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon has Chow Yun Fat.
Fuck. Who's in John Woo movies, right?
Yes.
Oh,
He
yes.
is in John Woo movies.
He's-
Only
yes.
John Woo thing that I know is Stranglehold, which is a video game.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I seriously
Which is
thought you were about to
based
say
on-
it.
Which is based on those movies, Terry.
Oh, is Stranglehold a film with Chung?
No, it's a movie. It's a game. It's just a
But
game.
it's based on those movies that he does. with
Yeah.
Chung.
Yeah.
They're
And
Hong
I
Kong
don't
films.
know those movies. Nah, I'm out. What are those movies called?
Son of a bitch. So Bulletproof Monk is one.
Yeah.
That's with the guy that
Sean
plays
William
Stifler.
Scott.
Yeah, Sean William Scott.
And he's also in a Pirates film. He was
Oh,
a
he is
pirate.
too. Yeah, the one where there's the group of pirates at the table.
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch! I'm so lucky that you were gentle, and then you went to a different Chinese actress.
I
And
can't
was like,
believe we
"Oh,
went like
shit."
7 additional instances after Jackie Chan. Like, it's just...
Yeah. Yeah. that's
Anyway,
usually game
I'm
over.
eliminated. Terry, you eliminated me. It is with you, sir. Movie actor go to Jason Mira.
Movie actor go to Jason Mira. Okay, cool, great.
Gentle on the first round.
Good, great, grand, terrific. I'm gonna say The Fifth Element.
Ooh. Little Dallas Multipass. Let's go with Bruce Willis.
Unbreakable.
He's in Unbreakable with Samuel L. Jackson's.
Who's in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen is in a movie called Looper.
I think you're thinking of something else.
Not Looper. Jumper.
There you go.
Yeah, Jumper.
Yeah, Jumper.
Looper.
I misspoke. Looper's the Bruce Willis movie. Yeah, with
Can I say Samuel Jackson again?
no, not in this
No.
sequence.
Then what's that? Jamie Kennedy. Is that his name?
I don't know.
Now let me look it up.
You'll have to tell us, Jason.
No. He plays the other guy. Then no. Fuck. What's that chick's name?
Who'd you say? Jackie Kennedy?
Jamie Kennedy.
Jamie Kennedy? I'm not seeing a Jamie Kennedy here. Sorry.
So who's the other guy? He's an English actor.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're
What's
thinking
his
of.
name?
And he
Yeah,
has like the
shit.
Xbox, and he drops him in the ocean. Yeah,
Sure.
I
I
know-
didn't actually watch it.
yeah.
Okay, 10 seconds,
the
Chase.
chick in the Jessica Alba?
Ah!
No, but there's a girl in there though. Who's the girl?
You're gonna die when you learn who it is.
Oh yeah, he
Fuck.
is. He's gonna kill himself.
Oh fuck, who is it?
Rachel Bilson.
Oh,
He rage quit. I love it.
Theme song for the OC on the channel, quick.
Oh boy.
That's so funny.
Who knocked you out? Or was that you, Terry?
Yeah, I got him again.
Terry, movie actor go to Ben. Let's find a winner.
Okay.
Who's married?
Sorry.
Jason was saying that's how they met, and that's how now that they're married. Who's married?
yeah, they're married. Rachel Bilson and Hayden Christensen.
Oh, how about
Oh, that's super funny.
Hmm.
Let's go with Winter Soldier.
Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson is in Her.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. With Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix is in The Gladiator.
Am I merciful?
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go with what's her name? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to Google this and kill myself later because I forget her name. It's like a H. It's like Hadley. Help me. Okay,
No,
don't-
I'm not helping.
I don't think so.
I'll just go with Russell Crowe.
Were you
Okay.
thinking of Connie Nielsen?
No, I'm not thinking of that person.
No.
Were you thinking Lena Hadley?
Yeah, no,
Lena
she's not.
Headey? I don't think
Headey?
she's in it.
Headey.
She?
Lena Headey. I don't know if she's in it.
No.
So you said Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is in.
I think this happened last week. I said Russell Crowe and then I got out.
Oh goodness, I'm trying to remember the name of the film.
Don't just
Master and Commander.
okay.
Journey to Far Side of the Ocean thing.
Ugh.
Far Side of the World. That's it. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Paul Bettany again?
Paul Bettany.
That's
Okay.
allowed. I'll allow it.
Paul Bettany is in A Knight's Tale.
Oh yes, I was hoping you were going to go there.
Yeah.
God, I'm good.
He plays the bard.
What he was in that? Yeah. it's
Yeah, he
Bart.
plays Geoffrey Chaucer.
I wish I could remember the name of that girl who's in.
Oh,
very pretty.
the love interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's very. She's
Someone,
in that,
someone get shush, Jason.
She's
Someone
in that-
give him the name, because then I'll stump him.
She's in the movie when that guy gives up sex for 30 days.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
40 Days, 40 Nights.
Shannon Sossaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't come up with it. So Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. He is in. this is risky. I'm going to say Brokeback Mountain, and hope that you only know the main actor in that film.
I
main other actor.
haven't seen it yet. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
Just to pause for a moment. Has anyone seen his last film, Heath Ledger's The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
I always said
that role
The
is played by
Imaginarium.
4 different actors.
Yeah, they finished the parts that he hadn't filmed yet.
Who are the other actors?
It's Johnny Depp, Jude Law, and Colin Farrell, I think.
Colin Farrell, really?
All 4 of them played the same role. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm keen to watch that. Anyway, sorry.
What did I say?
I think Ben said a movie.
What did Ben say? He
What
said
did
Heath
I-
Ledger, and then I
No,
said a Heath Ledger film.
you said Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and then
Jake
Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal,
Yeah.
and I was going to say a Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko.
Patrick Swayze.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, this is the demise of me. He's going to say some 80s movie I've never heard of.
I think
Patrick
Jax.
Swayze is in Dirty Dancing.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know the names of the people.
Neither do I. If you have anyone that you know in that film that you know by name, I'm screwed.
Morgan
Maybe.
Freeman.
Maybe. No, but Gary Oldman actually plays his dance teacher, so you should have gone.
He's the interpretive dance teacher.
You could have said Jennifer Grey. Jason, is that
Jennifer
right?
Grey.
Jennifer
Yeah,
Grey.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that.
There you go.
I don't think she's been in anything else. And if she has, I'm sorry. I win.
Messing as
Well
well.
done, Terry. You eliminated every one of us.
Ooh, I did.
Ruthless.
Yeah, nice.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
Anyway, we
Triple
might
kill.
end the episode here. Before we do, we need to get to our games first and foremost. Let's review our quotes, shall we, Mr. Mira? Do you want to give us with intonation the quotes that our viewers need to guess?
Okay, here we go.
With inflection.
With inflection.
Indeed. It's what we provide in our most honest, humble thing. Oh, fuck it. No.
Ben knows, right?
I definitely know.
How about I give you another quote?
Go for it.
Yes, please.
Same move.
I don't know what sort of cream they've put on you down at the mall, but
Oh my god, yes.
it.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that first line from the film. Terry, do you know?
Did he just throw my cat out the window?
It's when they're at the.
Oh, yes.
They're in the train at the end or something.
Yeah,
The grandest of certain hotels
In Budapest.
in
That's it.
Budapest.
I don't remember where that first line happens.
It's at the end when they're on the train and
on a train.
it's
Yeah.
roughed up and
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the first time that we've used that movie for quotes. So
Yes,
quotable.
I like that
So
movie.
quotable.
I just watched the Wes Anderson film on the weekend, Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, I didn't get to see that. I do want
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
good. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah, a friend recommended it to me, and I watched it, and I enjoyed it.
the next time I
Nice.
give you guys a quote from Grand Budapest, I'm just going to quote like the prose, like the long poetry that they say.
Anyway, and the second quote, here we go. I'm not sure the inflection, so I'm just going to say it again. Popularity is the slutty little cousin of prestige.
Is a prestige.
No.
It's not The Illusionist.
No.
Okay.
It's not Mean Girls.
Definitely not Mean Girls.
Slutty little cousin.
It's a shame. It's a good movie.
Prestige.
Is it one of the Now You See Me's?
It is not.
Is it The Devil Wears Prada?
No, it's not.
Is it a Stanley Tucci quote though?
It is not.
Okay.
Is it Silence of the Lambs?
I'm just going to start reading another quote and then just
Yeah.
jump in if you know. Here we go.
Okay.
That's true. I haven't read a word of it or even seen a preview. But after the opening tomorrow, I'm going to turn in the worst review anyone has ever read.
Oh!
And I'm going to close your play. Would you like to know why?
Birdman. It's
Birdman.
Birdman.
Because I hate you and everyone you represent. Entitled,
Man.
selfish, spoiled children, blissfully untrained,
That's it.
unversed,
I need to
and
watch that
unprepared
again.
to even attempt real art.
Extra
Don't hate
point
me.
for anybody who can say the full title.
It's Birdman.
I'm Googling
The
it.
unexpected depression of some nonsense.
Yes, it is unexpected, I think. It is the
Yes, it
unexpected
is.
virtue. Virtue's
Yes.
in there?
Unexpected virtue.
Virtue of ignorance.
Yes, that's
Yes.
Ah, yes.
What a movie! I've only ever seen it once.
Team effort. Oh,
I've seen it a
Jason.
couple of times since. I love that film.
I've got the Blu-ray.
You know-
Jace, come over. We're watching it. I haven't
You
seen
know
it in a
what
while.
movie I've seen once and I just can't bring myself to watch it again? Her.
I watched
Yeah,
it a second time not long ago,
love
and
that
it
movie.
was painful again. It's
Yeah.
like, oh no, what have I done?
I can't watch it again.
I don't think I can. As much as I absolutely love that movie, it's like going through a breakup again. I don't think I can
Yeah.
go through an experience.
I'd forgotten that Amy Adams and Chris Pratt were in it.
Yeah.
They play great
Oh,
roles.
man, just thinking about her again is just and like I'm not gonna get into it.
I'm not going to get into it.
Anyway, and we'll end the show here with our 6 degrees. We need to try and connect to actors via other actors
Yes.
they've starred alongside in films. This week it was Michael Keaton. Pardon me to Tobey Maguire. Gentlemen.
Tobey Maguire, does he play like a photographer or something in? Is it? No, it's not Shutter Island. Or
Spider-Man?
is it? No, he's in the Spider-Man. Yes.
And he plays a photographer.
He does.
That's actually pretty funny.
Oh, hang on. No, it's the Grand. Is it the Grand Budapest?
No, he's not in it.
I don't think he's in that, no.
What film am I thinking of? Oh no, it's with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Great Gatsby.
Oh yeah, he plays like
Oh,
he's
right.
Yeah.
the audience surrogate in Great
Yeah,
Gatsby.
he's the
He's
audience
along for
surrogate
the
for that.
ride.
Yeah. All right. So
Um,
you've got Tobey Maguire in that with Leonardo DiCaprio, and then
Carey
Leonardo
Mulligan.
DiCaprio with like
Carey Mulligan.
Carey Mulligan.
Joel Edgerton. I
Um,
want to say.
yes, Joel Edgerton. Joel Edgerton is in a few films. He's in
Fighting? No, what's that fighting one?
Can we link Tobey Maguire
Warriors.
to anyone in
It's a
Grand
warrior.
Budapest?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's in Grand Budapest. Can we link anyone to?
Hang on,
Wait, hang
why are
on.
we
What am I
talk-
trying to say? Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton.
Is
Sorry,
Michael
Michael
Keaton
Keaton.
in
Birdman. Sorry, I got my movies.
Budapest? Yeah.
Anyone
So Birdman
in Birdman.
has Ed Norton.
Emma Stone.
Yep.
You've got. Is it Naomi Watts
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
In what?
in Birdman?
Birdman.
Oh yeah. I forgot she was in that.
You've got.
No, hang on. So,
Yeah,
Mike,
Tobey
what
Maguire's
about
also James
movies?
Franco.
Movies that Michael Keaton is in. He's in Batman. Batman Returns.
The
He's
Founder.
in The
Spotlight.
Founder.
Founder.
Sorry.
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
Oh, yes,
He's
many-
in.
many actors.
Buffalo's in
Jack,
that.
he's in Jackie Brown.
He's in Jackie Brown.
He's in a comedy film where he's like clones himself.
Okay,
a
so
bunch of
Spotlight's
times.
got Ruffalo, McAdams, John Slattery,
The guy who plays Sabretooth.
Tucci,
Oh,
Lee Schreiber.
Lee Schreiber.
Lee Schreiber.
Yeah. Okay.
Surely Tobey Maguire to one of them.
So Tobey Maguire is in Sin City as well.
He is in Sin
There
City
you go, Sin
With,
City.
with Jessica Alba,
Bruce Willis,
Mickey Rourke.
Mickey Rourke, Carla Gugino,
Oh, good. The guy from Children of Men. Owen. Clive
Clive
Owen. Clive Owen.
Brittany Murphy's in it as well.
Mm.
I'm thinking of other Tobey Maguire
Um,
movies.
Benicio del Toro is in it.
Benicio del Toro.
Michael Keaton's not in
Um,
Sicario, is he?
Okay. So, what have
I
we
think
got?
it's gonna. I think it's gonna be
Tobey
Spotlight. I
Maguire?
think Spotlight's got to be the way.
Oh, hang on. You've got the guy who plays Howard Stark is also in.
Slattery,
Spotlight,
John
yeah.
Slattery. Yeah.
Yes. So then you've got a link from
Ruffalo.
Captain America, and he's also in Iron Man. No, sorry, he's not in Captain America. That's a younger actor. He's in Iron Man
He's
2.
in Civil War
He's in Civil War.
because of the flashback or the recording. Sorry.
Yeah, in Civil War, and he's also in Iron Man 2 because of the.
Mm.
He's on lots of footage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the easiest link from Tobey Maguire to the MCU though.
Well.
You've also got what's his face that was in his Sandman in the third Spider-Man film.
Mm.
Oh, you've got Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And then you've got Bryce Dallas Howard as Gwen Stacy in Spider-Man 3 as well.
No, she's.
Man, isn't Emma Stone in?
Isn't she?
Oh
That's
yeah, Emma Stone's
No.
in the Garfield one.
Yeah, yeah, and Bryce Dallas Howard is in the Maguire one.
Yeah.
I don't remember Spider-Man 3 at all.
Not so much.
Good grief.
What about Gatsby? What about Leo? Leo to Keaton? Surely there's something there.
Well,
Leo to anyone in Spotlight.
Oh, hang on. Leo's in.
If anyone in chat can help us out.
The shootout.
Oh, hang on, I've got it. I think it's 3 Degrees. You've got Michael Keaton in Spotlight with Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, Shutter Island with Leo.
And
Leo to
Great Gatsby with Jerry Maguire.
Nice.
3 Degrees.
Good. Yep.
That's good.
Teamwork, guys. Well done. I'm proud.
I still haven't seen Shutter Island.
Oh,
You need
Jace,
to.
please watch it.
I can't watch it now.
Why
Somebody's
not?
already told the twist.
Oh no, but still watch it because the journey's great and it's got rewatchability. I've seen it twice since.
The movie's made for rewatchability, so you watch it.
Yeah, but if you don't know the first time, but if I watch it now, I'll be watching it as if it's my first time.
Jace, you could do much worse with other
Yeah,
things.
I'm saying that watching it the second time is just as great because they put a whole bunch of stuff in there where you rewatch it, knowing the end, and you get, oh, I see what you're doing there.
Is that a Scorsese film?
No.
Who was that?
Oh, I think it is.
It can't be.
I think it is.
Give me a second. Yeah, I'm on it.
Okay.
Scorsese takes
I'll-
movies.
I think it might have been.
Scorsese.
No way.
Yeah, way.
No way. Banana breath.
There we go. It doesn't even feel like a Scorsese movie.
It doesn't really, does it? No. Yeah, it's a good movie. Shots fired. Anyway.
Shots fired.
This has been the Movie Magic Show for Wednesday, the 24th of February. Don't forget you can tune in here every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Twitch.tv/magic_casts. Next week, we're hoping to review WandaVision. The final episode should be out. I haven't watched any of it yet, actually.
I will have to catch up. I've only seen the first two. I've seen the first two. I'll keep watching.
How many episodes? I think 8? 10?
8 or 9?
Something like that.
Something like that.
All right.
It's George.
It's doable.
George.
Anyway, and I'm not sure we want to focus on anything else. We'll probably just do WandaVision next week. So if you're a fan of the MCU, please join us again. And you can catch up on WandaVision on Disney+. That's how we'll be watching it. I want to go around the room.
Hello, George. Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
I want to thank the era of Jason Mira, Mr. Jason.
Oh my gosh. He's kicking stuff all over the place.
Jesus.
Okay.
Thank you, Jace.
Thanks.
Thank you to the dulcet tones of Terry Fear.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you to Mr. Movies, Ben Stapleton.
At a pod blast, Shane.
I'm glad you did, Ben. Thank you to everyone who joined us in chat for contributing to the show. As you can see there right in the middle of the screen, Infinity War, the Movie Magic Show's favourite MCU film, scientifically proven.
Faultless.
Anyway, I'm Shane Bailey. This has been the Movie Magic Show. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Until then,